everyone, I'm Hugo.
And I'm Jake, and this is new.
This is something different we're doing today. We're gonna do some advertiser-friendly fanfic not writing. We're gonna read some fanfic that's definitely advertiser-friendly.
Absolutely 100% advertiser-friendly, so if you know anyone behind YouTube Kids, let them know about this. This is new, and maybe we'll do it again if you guys like it. Who is this written by?
This is written by RoboCop Jane. So thanks, RoboCop Jane, for this wonderful fanfic. And it's called Take Me Into Your Ark. Into your ark.
Oh.
That's just my mouth being stupid. That's not them.
Take me into your ark.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, again, this being advertiser-friendly, we can't say things like shit.
Or waffle.
Or...
I can say the second part of that, actually.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. Ann Coulter.
No, that was fine.
No.
It should be, though.
I'm gonna bleep it anyway. Ann Coulter.
Okay.
So, without further ado, let's go ahead and have a advertiser-friendly reading of Take Me Into Your Ark by RoboCop Jane. I know. I know. Jesus' eyes widened an imperceptible amount as he took into the sight of Noah naked before him. Okay.
You don't have to bleep any of that. That's just two guys in a locker room.
I understand. I'm just saying, if Jesus narrows his eyes imperceptibly, it's not a point I think you need to put in the story. I feel like that's a little bit of fluff.
Right. Like, if it's imperceptible, he doesn't narrow his eyes, does he? Unless you're talking, like, just a little bit, but I can perceive that.
Yeah. Fumbling for something witty, he said, "So the ark's not the only bit of wood my father gave you."
Ooh, got him.
Noah grinned, his gray eyes flashing in lust. "Your father isn't the only one who gives me wood." Again,
wait.
Advertiser friendly. They're talking about he sent him a large set of gopher wood. It was excellent. It was an excellent building material for the time.
I assume there was enunciation on the second me, who gives me wood.
Yeah.
Because it was a comeback.
Speaking of comeback, Jesus laughed. "I can say that." He reached for the hem of his tunic and began to tug roughly over his head, revealing his chiseled torso, a gift from his dad. Noah watched hungrily as he slipped out of the rest of his clothes, leaving them in a son of godly heap on the floor.
Because under that shirt he had a turkey sandwich. So he was just hiding it. He was like, "Here's some lunch."
Jesus stopped when he was in his underwear, a little embarrassed. He was the son of the creator of the entire universe, and he couldn't get some decent boxer briefs.
What? What a weird thing to add to a fanfic. I appreciate that.
Noah's eyebrows shot up in acknowledgement of his Spider-Man patterned crotch. A Christmas gift, he trails off, hoping that was explanation enough. This is brilliant. Whoever wrote this, RoboCop Jane, by the way, I already would like, if I was a publishing company, I would like three treatments on my desk by Thursday.
I appreciate the backstory of the briefs, and that they were, because Jesus isn't lying, they really were a Christmas gift, but from whom? And also, that's also a birthday gift, though, to be fair.
Hey, no, shh, it's okay. Noah smiled, his eyes creasing in amusement. "I can't say mine are any better." He reached for his own pair, inside out on the dresser, and flipped them around so Jesus could more plainly see the leopard print transfer. "I like them," Jesus cocked an eyebrow, considering how fitting it was that Noah should wear animal-printed boxers. "Do you have 2 pairs of those as well?"
So Jesus wants to share briefs? Leopard briefs?
I think it's just
Or does he want to, like, have it to smell it?
It's just a 2 and 2 joke.
It's just a 2 and 2?
Why are you thinking about smelling boxers? This is advertiser-friendly,
You can't say that.
I bleeped it, it's fine. I said
advertiser-friendly, dag nabbit.
Dag, Bob Saget. Noah just smiled, tossing the underwear aside, and began to saunter forward lazily.
Saunter.
Completely aware of the effects the sight of his own member was having on Jesus, whose prominent, holy erection was now shamelessly calling to him from within the red and blue briefs.
Some of that was bleeped.
Some of that was bleeped. Some
But
of
you
that...
you can suss it out, I think.
Mad Libs it. Figure it out.
His throbbing bruise.
There you go. Backing onto the...
What?
Yeah.
Backing?
Yeah. Backing onto the cheap motel bed. Nobody picked Hotel de la Jeunesse.
What? Try one more time, but with perfect inflection.
Okay. Nobody picked Hotel de la Jeunesse for its luxury accommodation.
It's probably Janice.
Whatever.
It's Genesis Hotel. Yeah, we get it.
There were strip clubs in downtown Nazareth with higher standards. Jesus let Noah remove his underwear with his teeth, letting out a fervent moan at the pressure of Noah's removal against his own quivering shaft. He's also polishing his arrow collection.
He's
Meanwhile,
polishing an arrow collection.
He's an archer. He's a known archer.
And he needed his teeth because the packaging was very tight. You know how sometimes you get that, it's like a vacuum's... It's a sex act.
Jesus' eyes rolled back in his skull as Noah, as a reaction to his previous utterance, began to pursue the motion. Jesus...
Pursue the motion?
This just turned... Okay, it went from fanfic, it made a little divergence into a courtroom, into a motion, a legal motion. Now we're... Okay, back to the smut. Hold on. Small sounds of pleasure emanating from the back of his throat.
Ooh.
The beard. Jesus moaned quietly. It tickles.
It would. It would tickle.
I would argue they both have beards. They both
Well,
maybe...
Noah's got, like, the goat beard.
Gotcha.
Right.
He heard a soft laugh in reply as the older man crept forward, the two moving backwards together on the bed, until Jesus' head was inches from the shabby fabric headboard. Noah began with gentle caresses, pressing his lips to Jesus' washboard abs, slowly working his way down. Why? Jesus, there's no reason to think Jesus had abs.
Well, he was on the CrossFit.
He's on Oh! Hey!
Advertiser-friendly jokes!
He heard I know. Jesus cried out in passion as Noah's lips reached his substantial manhood and began to flate. He was a master with his tongue, caressing expertly with a sensitive yet dangerous touch to Jesus' intense shame. It did not last very long at all.
I don't... So, the beginning of that, we had to bleep, but the end of that, you can figure that one out, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Also, apparently Noah, while on the boat, maybe fashioned himself out of wood, maybe a likeness, because he appears to be very adept at the practice. So...
But Noah had other plans. The two began to kiss passionately, locked in a fiery embrace on the dirty sheets.
That's a snowball.
Jesus did
That's an unintentional snowball.
Oh, God.
Author.
Jesus did things with his tongue that Noah had never felt before. His phallus quivered with the intensity of it all. How? What?
Like things...
Okay.
Well, Jesus has a god tongue, to be fair.
Okay.
Maybe he's doing one of those moves, like you remember the...
I want to point out, there's nothing in the advertiser guidelines about this. Can I just point that out?
Long licks. Slap it.
And now you know how to correctly eat an ice cream cone.
A tall double scoop ice cream cone.
Yes, a Hispanic ice cream cone.
With whipped cream.
No, whipped cream will give your ice cream a yeast infection. Don't get whipped cream. Jesus pulled back, lust aflame in his eyes. He leaned into Noah's ear and whispered, in honeyed tones, a final commandment. Thou shalt bend over.
I'm so proud of that. When you wrote that, you texted your friends, right?
If you didn't, you should have.
Come
That's
on.
really, really good. Like, I'm really, really impressed.
Oh.
Noah complied, and Jesus, the evidence of his passion completely recovered from his earlier emission, lowered his hips until they hovered, thighs tense with anticipation behind Noah's smooth, toned backside.
Wait, it's toned?
Toned, yeah.
Oh, good for Noah.
Yeah. I mean,
He's doing some
spend
glute workouts.
hundreds of years building a boat with no modern machinery, you're gonna wind up ripped and jacked
makes sense.
everywhere. Like a wild, untamable beast tensed to the spring, Jesus licked his swollen lips before thrusting forward with a savage desire. He smiled at Noah's sharp intake of breath as he adjusted to the sheer size of Jesus' love sword.
Love sword. Yeah, it was bound to happen.
Yeah. Yes, Noah cried out in passion. Jesus Christ! That's a proper name. We don't have to bleep that. That's a proper name.
Yeah.
I'm right here, baby. Jesus grunted right here.
One more time.
Right here.
Oh, yeah.
For a while, the only sounds that filled the room were the steady rhythmic creaking of bed springs, the soft male panting and moaning from both men, as you do when you do any sort of physical labor. I'm sure they're working on
calisthenics.
They're working on the interior of the ark.
Recalibrating the bed frame.
Yeah, stuff like that. The soft male panting and moaning from both men, and the gentle, intimate slap of skin on skin. Jesus.
Because of the high fives due to their successes.
Absolutely. Jesus' face was contorted with concentration and erotic pleasure until finally he erupted in Noah's anal cavity, letting loose an ultimate cry.
Again.
That's all bleeped.
That's
all, that
all
whole
it's-
sentence
you
bleeped.
can't.
I can't finagle that one. That's...
You know who can?
Who?
Jesus Christ.
There you go. He's clearly talented based on that. Oh
He
my.
finagled all the way in there.
Is that what finagling is? I was not aware.
That is a level 10 finagle.
Oh god. The two lay back on the sheets, breathing heavily, wrapped loosely in each other's arms. Father, Jesus panted. Forgive him. Noah laughed breathlessly, and the two lay there together on the edge of consciousness, listening to the music of the night, wafting in through the high window. The decor of the room hinted at what may once have been a slight sense of grandeur, the curtain printed with a pattern of wine glasses and fish.
That's a very nice hotel. That's a $35 hotel room.
Yeah. A loud shout from the distant night penetrated the otherwise silent atmosphere. I think that's the sound of somebody being mugged, Jesus muttered, his brow creasing with tension. Well, that means there are miracles to perform. I'd better... He trails off. As he looks down and took in the sight of Noah, who had lapsed into unconsciousness, his lips parted with a slight smile. Disentangling himself from Noah's arms and rising gently from the bed, Jesus pulled the stained sheet up and covered his lover's body, leaning over the plant one last kiss on his forehead. The Son of God straightened up and reached for his Spider-Man boxer briefs. As he gazed down at Noah's sleep form, Jesus smiled triumphantly to himself and whispered fervently into the night, I will come again.
He already did twice, though, and Noah didn't at all.
This is a masterpiece.
This is straight. This is like Jane Austen levels of authorship.
I want to thank YouTube for showing us that family-friendly content is where the real content is.
Family-friendly content is not only fun to do, it's the right thing to do.
Yes. So frankly, Your offensive things aren't going to stand anymore. Only wonderful things like this. Seriously, though, if anyone has good fan fiction, send it to us. We'll read it. This is fun.
We'll read it, a lot of it.
Oh, yeah. So,
And it'll be fan-friendly.
So, guess that's it. You can always follow us on Twitter at Bible Reloaded.
You can follow Hugo at Hugo Reloaded. You can also subscribe to the channel and make sure you click the bell because the sidebar thing isn't as good as it used to be. So you might not see us unless you have the bell thing. You should do the bell thing. Do the bell thing.
Yeah. You can also subscribe over at our other channel, Unpopular Culture. That's where we do a video basically every day of the week where it's some sort of movie, television, game news, or whatever. And we also do reviews and other fun stuff.
At the end of this video, you can see a sample of that where Hugo and I eat a pizza that is supposed to also be a hot dog. It's a hot dog pizza.
It's a Coney dog pizza.
Well, that's different. But yeah, it is a Coney dog. It was not... We'll see. Just watch it. Also, a new food video is coming out where we both try things from Canada from a fan called something. I forget their name. Anyways.
Nailing it this episode.
Yeah, and you can also go to the Patreon and donate $1 or more. Anything over $5 gets you super awesome swag. Anything under that gets you access, and any donation at all gets you access to, we're going to have Patreon-only content like the commentaries like we've been doing for the God's Not Dead, but we'll also do stuff that is not going to show up on YouTube. Also, patron-only hangouts where you guys get to come in. It's a nice intimate setting, much like this bodice ripper of a fanfic, and we get to talk, and it's a very close to a one-on-one situation. It's a lot of fun. Usually it's small on the live shows. Like, we're talking 12 to 15 people at a time, and then later on it gets, the rest of you come in. But if you have time, I strongly recommend it because it's a lot of fun and we enjoy doing it. So
yeah. So I guess that's it. Until next time, I'm Jesus.
And I'm Noah.
Yeah, sorry. Well, next time we start a show.
Can I be the person that got mugged?
You can be the person who got mugged. I have a feeling in the sequel the mugged person also gets some...
That's fine.
Let's say the blood of Jesus' body.
I'd rather delay the inevitable than just go through with it.
He is depicted with nice hands.
Jesus' refractory period is bonkers.